Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Mirjam, a certified psychological astrologer, and this channel is all about sharing my passion and profession with you. Today I've got something very interesting, something very romantic, fits right in with the constellations of today, with the Cancer Venus, Neptune, really soft romantic vibe. And the big question is, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, the former couple, are they gonna get back together? So, this is all about Bennifer, and I think you will appreciate the contrast. Last video was very much about politics and serious stuff, so this is a bit more Hollywood, and this is also more about relationships, which some of you may know is something I really specialize in, and I'm doing a lot of research in this area, astrologically speaking. Okay, so I've put up the chart. This is a noon chart of Jennifer Lopez. Unfortunately, we don't have her birth time, which is rather unusual for such a big star, but we can still gather a lot of interesting information about her life and her character, of course. Okay, so we see Sun and Mercury in Leo here. Meghan Markle again. No, it's not Meghan. But yeah, it's Sun and Mercury in Leo again. Although they share these traits, obviously, that means at the very core, there's a confident nature, a desire to be seen, to be recognized in some form, right? So they've got this in common. And of course, Leo is the showbiz sign. Interestingly, Jennifer Lopez told people in interviews that she had a dream early in her life, as a teenager, telling her that she was supposed to have a career in entertainment. That's something, isn't it? And in addition, because she intended to follow that dream, her big dream, she had a fallout with her mother. Because her mum, she wasn't fond of the idea at all. She had something else in mind for her daughter. I believe she thought Jennifer was going to go to a business college instead, something like that. She really didn't like the idea of that lifestyle for her child. But Jennifer, being the determined and independent personality that she is, refused to do that, and so the two of them, they had a big fight. Apparently her mum warned her that if she didn't want to live by her rules, she would just show her the door. So that's pretty harsh, that's pretty extreme, right? So and if we look at the moon's position in her chart, we don't have the time, so the moon is between Scorpio and Sagittarius here, Mars, Neptune, Sandwich. If we look at the moon, so it could be in Scorpio, it could be in Sagittarius, but hearing this story about her mother, what would you say is more likely and more in alignment with these bits of information that we're getting from this story? It's Scorpio, of course. The demanding mother who has strong ideas about what her child should be or become, and strong ideals 100% as well, because the moon is close to Neptune. I believe the moon should be close to Neptune, where we can also see that dream, that big compelling dream that she had, the message, that she got from that dream, and this really intense intuition, and that focus that she developed. She knew, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? This is what I need to focus on, and there was no questioning it. And so Moon Neptune is the perfect dream constellation. Obviously, Moon is also very much about the youth, the child. So I think this is the perfect representation of this really intuitive guidance that she got, where she really felt, this is my path, this is my goal, yeah, this is my just what I need to do. Very, very strong here. I think the Moon Neptune Scorpio shows that to perfection. Both the story with the mother and the dream about that told her where she was, where she belongs, really. And the moon also tells us, because it's a ruler of the Cancer and of the home, I think it tells us a lot about where we come from and where we belong, where we truly belong. So that's a really, really lovely image there. And I think that is a strong argument or strong point in favor of a Scorpio moon. All right, so the troubled, difficult mother relationship, we often see that with the Scorpio moon, like the child wants to break free from the mother's dominance and the strong ideas and the influence. Yeah, so that's just a wee bit about Jennifer in general. We will have a look at Ben Affleck now. So he is a few years younger, and he is also a Leo. We have his exact birth time, so that's the exact chart for his time of birth. And look at what we've got here. Sun, Mercury in Leo. Brilliant. So this actor, Ben Affleck, he was previously married to another Jennifer Garner, the actress, and they separated, and he was with Jennifer Lopez. Back in the day, they were also dubbed Bennifer. He was with her from 2002 through 2004. So Ben and Jennifer split up 17 years ago, right? And now the rumor mill is going into overdrive, and people are hoping to see the revival of Bennifer happening. The two Leo stars have reportedly been seen hanging out together a lot and putting on the PDA. So I think it's well worth taking a deeper look at the former couple's love stars. So as I said, we've got Sun and Mercury as well in Leo. That's a great foundation, really. That's a good foundation for just getting along with someone, mostly being of the same mind, the same wavelength. It's just great dynamic wise, you know, just also feeling that fire and in the other person, and that's, I think it's a good foundation, really, in any relationship, not just lovers, not just romantic, just any relationship. Sun and Mercury is a good strong pointer here. So we also see that Ben has the moon, here it is, in Scorpio. Who knew? We could interpret that. I certainly do interpret that. You might disagree, so let me know what you think. As yet another hint at Jennifer Lopez's moon sign, being Scorpio rather than Sagittarius. Of course, she's had lots of other relationships. She was married to Mark Antony. She had other long-term relationships as well, and of course not everyone had a Scorpio moon, but I think it's still a little bit striking, I believe. Also, her ex-husband Mark Antony, he has a Cancer moon, so it seems she's rather attracted to water moons. So maybe not. But bringing the focus back to the relationship with Ben, it's striking that his Saturn falls directly on her Venus and Gemini. I'll show you this by showing you the Synastry. Yes, so this is the Synastry, and you can see here, this is Jennifer's Venus, and we've got Ben Affleck's Saturn right on top. This is a strong link in my experience, really, as far as relationships are concerned. This is about finding security and safety with each other. Yes, Saturn, of course, represents an energy, or can represent an energy like rejection or emotional coldness, but we very often find such Saturn links between two people who have a long-term potential, okay? Whatever this relationship is going, if it's a friendship, if it's a romantic one, if it's just two people getting along, whatever circumstances, right? That's what I've observed. And now it gets really juicy, because right at this point where her Venus and his Saturn connect, which is here about 19 degrees of Gemini, we recently had the solar eclipse right on top. And the effect of eclipses, we know, normally starts a couple of months before it actually happens. And Jennifer Lopez split from her fiancé Alex Rodriguez in mid-April, roughly 2 months before the eclipse hit her natal Venus. So I think this is incredible. So eclipse right on her Venus, and of course it hit Saturn, which is the descendant, the relationship ruler in Ben Affleck's chart. So that was activated at the same time, right? Pretty mind-blowing. Wow. So big changes ahead in Jennifer's love life, for sure, with that eclipse on her Venus. So let's check out the relationship charts now. I will show you the Davison. Let's see if I can just seamlessly better do it that way, because my program sometimes is a bit odd. Yeah, it's doing the right thing. Perfect. Okay, so this is a Davison chart, right? So obviously ignore the ascendant, because we can't be sure of that. We don't have the birth time for her. But just look at the sun. Look at the sun's position here. 14 degrees in Aquarius. And this sun has just been hit, nearly hit, by transiting Saturn. Transiting Saturn just came as close as half a degree to that position. Yeah, 13.5 degrees it was before it turned retrograde. We've got the sun at 14. Well, more or less, because we don't have the exact time, but it's just really, it's just about half a degree. And Uranus transiting Uranus at this moment is right here, 13 degrees in Taurus, and Uranus is only half a degree away from squaring the Sun in their relationship chart. So what is going on? Definitely a lot is going on. A lot is going on. Also back in February, Jupiter, which just moved through Aquarius, it seems just in a flash. It seems it was just so bloody fast. I couldn't believe it. Jupiter was on their Sun in February as well. Of course, that could be seen as another sign of a new spark emerging, something growing there, something being stimulated, anew, something exciting. So there's definitely a lot of action in their stars, and the fact that it's the Sun, which is, we know, the center of every chart. It's just the core, right? It's what's at the center. It's what is unfolding at the center, like the purpose as well. In a relationship chart, always the Sun's position points to the purpose of this relationship, right? So I think the fact that it's the Sun that's activated so strongly, it points to something substantial here, something substantial. I think that Saturn indicates there is some more work, you may say, some more work to be done here. Again, Saturn can show endings and serious commitments alike. I think these two have a good chance of revisiting the past, provided they are both ready to confront all there is to the core of this relationship. As Saturn, by the way, has squared Bennifer's natal Saturn in February, and that ties in well with all the other observations, and almost makes me think she may have a Cancer rising too, like Ben Affleck has. Saturn would then indicate a major disillusionment as the ruler of her 7th house squaring itself, because, you know, her engagement to this guy Alex Rodriguez, it looks like there was something off with the energy there. Don't know why. Twice they postponed the wedding, be it because of COVID or something else before, and then all of a sudden rumors of him cheating, and then suddenly they break up and it's all over. So I think the eclipse really was a strong pointer, and another one was the Saturn square. There was something really ending there, like some big disappointment, but at the same time probably a strong revelation, seeing something maybe very, very clearly, being very realistic, and knowing exactly what the situation is. I don't know. Let's hope for Bennifer that a couple more big revelations and realizations are on the way for her, especially when transiting Saturn hits her natal Saturn again in September this year. So can go back to her chart. Yeah, so there's transiting Saturn here, and it's gonna be squaring her natal Saturn again in September. Yeah. And Saturn will then make the exact conjunction to the Sun in their relationship chart. Going back to that for a second. Yeah, so Saturn will come back here to the Sun in January of next year. And that looks very, very interesting. I think we're going to see some sort of finalization, some sort of outcome, some sort of result. This is the last time Saturn will hit the Sun, and Saturn shows results. So there's some sort of clarification, revision, check up, check out process going on. Seeing maybe what is still there. Is there another chance for something substantial there in the long term? I mean, probably going over some past issues, definitely, no matter what becomes of this relationship, right? Whether they getting back together as a romantic couple, or if they do it just for a short while and then it just turns out to be maybe a strong or strengthened relationship in the end. We don't know. The stars don't, or the planets don't tell us exactly at this point, but what we can be pretty sure of is that when Saturn is through with this, it will show us some sort of final result, like at the end of the checklist, you know, how many boxes have been ticked. So is this a go, or what is gonna happen in the long term, right? It looks truly exciting. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this one. Right, and of course Uranus is working its magic over the summer, and then again in April 2022, as Uranus is going to go back and forth, it's going to be squaring the Sun as well. And Uranus, of course, this planet is of great importance for them, as it rules the Sun in their relationship chart, and it's also in a trine aspect Sun Uranus here in Libra. Beautiful trine aspect. And the bottom line is many surprises await. Maybe a lot of ups and downs, ons and offs. That's pretty much that's in the cosmic cards for sure. Along with a reasonable chance of success if they decide to give it another shot. Yeah, so this is, as far as I can see as of now, I find this really exciting, really interesting. This was a pretty long video. I hope it wasn't too packed with information. I am aware I can get carried away sometimes. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and enjoy my content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.